Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a book review of Tales of a Female Nomad by Rita Golden Gelman. I will start this off by saying I absolutely love this book. Love it! So, we have there's only one trigger warning and it's for domestic abuse. It happens in the beginning of the book and then we're good. So, quick synopsis. Rita lives in LA with her family. She's got a big, lush lifestyle of movie premieres and all that fun stuff through her husband's job. And they get a divorce, and she decides she's going to live off of her income as a children's author and live a nomadic lifestyle. So we get to follow along in her adventures. There's not a whole lot of self-discovery like some other travel memoirs like Eat, Pray, Love. It's not as internal as that. It is following her along and what she's doing, how she's getting things done as far as, you know, all these awesome adventures that she winds up having. I have not really done any traveling, so I live vicariously through my travel memoirs, or my memoirs in general. And that's one of the reasons why I like that it's not such a internal self-development travel memoir. It's, I'm gonna go out. Yes, she gets out of her shell because she starts off more as an introvert traveler and she breaks out of her shell a little bit. So there is a little self-discovery. I think you're always gonna find that in a newbie traveler memoir, but that wasn't the sole purpose of her journeys. She studied anthropology and she wanted to apply that in her life, in her travels. So she travels all over the world. She goes from South America and she's in Indonesia and she studies orangutans with, what's the name? Dr. Galdikas. Wanted to make sure I got that right. She goes to New Zealand and she is just a globe-trotting free woman. I didn't see a whole lot wrong with this book. I know, I will address some of the negative reviews that I read because I had different takes on it. So there were, some people had a problem with the domestic abuse. The situation was she didn't witness it, but she heard it, where she was staying at. And this was in the beginning of her travels. So she is in the anthropology mindset of, I am here to observe, not get involved. Like the Prime Directive on Star Trek. So that's why she didn't do anything. She was of the mindset of, this is how things are done here. I am not supposed to or allowed to interfere in any way at all. She eventually realizes that she doesn't want that type of travel experience. She wants to get to know these people and share their life. So she eventually drops her anthropology walls. So I understand people's gripe with the beginning, but you know, you gotta remember this was her mindset. This is what anthropologists do. They don't get involved. They just document. Like the author from Once Upon a Time. How many other TV show references am I going to make in this video? Let's find out. So, there's that. I know a lot of people had some problems with how it was so self-absorbed and simply written. Like, I saw the mountains, they were beautiful kind of thing. Well, one, she's a children's author, so come on. I'm not saying she can't grow as an author, but at the same point in time, you know, what do you want from her? They were beautiful. What do you want? Come on. Also, it's a memoir. It's going to be about her. That's the point. So, she does wind up in some unusual situations, like living arrangements, like in Indonesia. That was kind of crazy. It was like, what? Not to spoil anything, but it was like, wow, okay, that was amazing. She does make her own luck sometimes, like when she goes to study the orangutans, and, you know, that's not something that I feel she would have done in the beginning of her nomadic lifestyle. Another thing people had problems with were, she pretty much cut herself off from her family, like her children, and I don't know if I believe that, because this isn't a day-to-day recording of every single thing that she did. These are, you know, the highlights, you know, so I'm trying to remember, I don't believe she had a computer. I don't believe so. No. I'm trying not to get any details mixed up between Eat, Pray, Love and that, because I read them very close together. That was a bad move on my part. Anyway, you know, her family did have ways of contacting her in case of emergency, like with a phone, but there's also letters and postcards. You know, she's not going to tell us every time she wrote a letter to someone or every time she got a letter back. I mean, it's not a book of her travel letters, you know, so I think people are taking it too much at face value, and, you know, like, oh, I talked to my daughter and, you know, for an hour kind of thing. Like, I wrote my daughter a letter. She wrote me back. Like, you're not going to include all those nitty gritty unnecessary details if that is not the point of your memoir, you know? So yeah, I feel people are nitpicking at that point. So for my rating system, 1 star is I didn't like it and I probably DNF'd it. 3 stars is I liked it, but I probably won't reread it. And 5 stars is I loved it and I plan on rereading it. So this is a reread. So let's connect the dots. 5 stars. The audiobook. This time around, I did the audiobook from Playster, and it is actually narrated by Rita, and I loved it. I loved it. My book was published in 2001, and the audiobook was done a few years later, so there is extra material at the end. So when my book ends, there's still more to the audiobook, which was fantastic. I loved it. I loved it. Let me know if you've read the book, what you thought of it. If you did a review video or a blog post or anything like that, feel free to link it down below. I'd love to check it out. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. All that fun stuff I'm supposed to bring to your attention as a good YouTuber. And all of my shameless plugs, social media links are in the description box down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later!